well-being ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಪದ. So what is well-being or ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ what is ಸದೃಢತೆ?
That is absence of any diseases or infirmity.
So in case if I have a diagnosis of diabetes or hypertension, can I consider myself as a healthy person?
ಸ್ಥಿರತೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಶಾರೀರಿಕವಾಗಿ.
ಸ್ಥಿರತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈಗ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. I've just given one example. So if I have been diagnosed as having diabetes and hypertension, so once the diagnosis comes, lifelong it's going to stay with me. Now, can I consider myself as a healthy person or an unhealthy person?
Unhealthy, sir. Unhealthy.
Because I have illness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that means health is determined based on the illness. Can we go with that understanding?
No, sir. Sometimes nowadays diabetes is daily routine life ಅಲ್ಲಿ include ಆಗೋಗಿರೋಂತ ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಡೈಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕುಗ್ಗೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಿರತೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಡೈಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ರುಟೀನ್ ನ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್.
What this madam is telling is because diabetes is a lifestyle disease. If I start worrying about diabetes, my mental functions also would get affected. So I need to come out of that and start accepting and move on with our life. So which means, that means health is not considered as part of illness. Like illness will not determine the health. Can I go with that? So even if I have illness, I can say like I'm a healthy person. Can I go with that understanding?
No, sir. That may not be true.
Okay.
Some
what
illness,
of health?
So the justification would be, for example, if there is any sort of disturbance in terms of, say, the psychological or say mental, social or spiritual or economic growth of a person, then say he or she may be considered as unhealthy.
What is the disturbance means? I'm trying to tickle everyone's mind. Let us just brainstorm ourselves so that we have a clear understanding. Now, what do you mean by disturbance?
Disturbance not in the general sense, like as other teacher participants mentioned, the well-being of a person. When things have a natural course or natural order, then it may be considered as, say, not disturbing.
Natural means again like I'm just getting questions like what do you mean by natural now?
Need to reflect, sir.
Yeah.
ಸರ್ ನಾನ್ ತಮಾಷೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಕಣ್ತುಂಬಾ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ತಿಂತೀವೋ ಅದು ಜೀರ್ಣ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ
ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ like we should get a good sleep and good appetite ಇದ್ರೆ
ಅದು ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ? ನನ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಇದೆ, ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ತಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್? ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆಯಿಂದ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ. So I'm just saying, like madam said, having good appetite and good sleep can be considered as a healthy person. Now with the diabetes, I may have good sleep, good appetite. Can I consider myself healthy?
Sir, health means it is nothing but it is very happy, sir.
Being happy.
When we are very happy, that is.
Okay. Then if you are saying good sleep, good appetite, being happy, then illness should not determine health.
Yes, sir.
Whether I'll have chronic illness or even palliative type of care required, then also I can consider myself as healthy. Like a cancer, if I have a cancer also, if I am having good sleep, appetite, if I am happy, I should be considered as healthy. Can we go with this? I'll just show one definition to you. Can you read the first two lines?
Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely absence from disease.
This is the definition given by World Health Organization. WHO has given the definition of health means it's a complete state of physical, mental, social, and they have also added spiritual well-being, not merely absence from disease. What does it mean? The second part of the definition.
Behaviors which are
No, not the first line only. Let us understand that in that first line there are two parts. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being. That is first part. The second part is not merely absence from disease. Means
That
what?
means even though we have a disease, the person, like as you said earlier, a person with diabetes can live healthy life. It will be long. The person with the diabetes, he can live a very long, active, exercising regularly. That healthy life also he can.
So what WHO has been telling us, illness should not determine the health of a person. Person can be having any illness, but if he is having physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, then he should be considered as a healthy person. So if people rightly said, if we have a good sleep, good appetite, feeling happy, we can consider that as part of healthy. Now, how do we understand well-being? Let us not define, let us try to understand well-being. What does well-being means?
feeling good of ourselves, sir.
Feeling good of ourselves. Okay, this can be one
your
parameter.
life feels and functions overall.
Okay, doing our activities, what has been assigned to us in a right way. Okay, then.
So well-being is nothing but free from the all diseases, all tension, stress.
Free from stress and tension. But every day we do have stresses, no? Can we be free from stresses? Or we should learn to deal with the stress?
Yes, we can manage the stress along.
Learn to deal with the stress, because we cannot avoid stress completely. We should learn to deal with the stress.
Living with contentment, sir.
Living with
whatever is going on.
So being able to perform our day-to-day activities without any trouble.
Perform our day-to-day activities. Okay.
Sir, the quality of life which one can live in
how
various.
do you define quality of life? That is subjective, no?
Okay.
What you
In
consider
various
quality of
dimensions.
life, I may not consider. Okay, I'll give some parameters. These are some parameters where I have put as mental health. So these are parameters for a well-being also. One is to maintain an even temper. Means what? I know how to control my emotions. If I get angry in the office space, I know how to express anger in the office space. If I get anger at home, I know how it will be expressed. The intensities of expression are going to be totally different. So in office space, it will be more diplomatic, I would express. Even though if I'm hurting, I will not use physical violence. Or aggression will not be there. Whereas at home, my pitch of voice will be more So I am able to make a decision in terms of when to express how much. That capacity we have. So if we have that capacity, that means we have well-being. So I will not pick up fights for small reasons. Even if I pick up fights, I know how to handle those or express it. So I have control over my emotions, and I have good anger management techniques I have learned. So when we have all this, then we can consider ourselves as we have good mental health or well-being. The second one is happy disposition. So someone in the group said being happy. So we know how to be happy, how to dispose our happy, and we also have ability to enjoy our life. So we know when to enjoy, when not to enjoy. So those decisions we can make, and we always try to enjoy our life. So if we have this characteristic within us, then we can consider ourselves as mentally healthy. The third one, to maintain balance in life. Every life has ups and downs. So if there is no ups and downs, life will become boring. We should have that ups and downs, then only it will be interesting. But at the same time, we maintain that balance in life. If we are sad, we'll not be so sad that we'll not do anything. Or if we are happy, we'll not go and dance. In a public places, we'll not do that. So we know how to balance our life. So we can consider ourselves as mentally healthy. The fourth one is maintaining flexibility. For some reason, when you are in a hostel or in some training program, so today only it happened, like my internet, my computer has some issue, video was not coming, it got delayed for 15 minutes. So that didn't become a big issue. We were able to adjust to the situation. We're a little flexible, okay to adjust. So one day in a hostel life, again, there is no hot water, will not make it as an issue. So basically, any human being is a person who has a lot of adjustment in life. We are a little flexible, not too rigid. If I am too rigid, then there is some problem with my well-being or mental health. I am flexible. At the same time, I also enjoy my life. So I can consider myself as a mentally healthy person. We all have good alert intelligence. May not be super intelligent, nor it is low. An average intelligence, we know how to deal with situations. We also have knowledge. We also have skills in terms of applying that knowledge for our day-to-day work. So I can consider myself as mentally healthy if I have all this. Then forming harmonious and healthy relationship. Again, every individual has good IPR. If you are maintaining good IPR in the relative circle, in office circle, I can consider myself as healthy. If I have issue in terms of maintaining that harmonious and healthy relationship, then I can consider myself having some mental health problem, so that I need some support in terms of coming out of that issue. And we are all being participating and contributing to society and our day-to-day activities being performed. So we can consider ourselves as mentally healthy or well-being. These are some parameters, and there can be many more parameters like this. So I've just listed down some parameters. So if we say like tick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I have all ticks, that means I am mentally healthy. So if I don't have something, then I have to work towards it to become mentally healthy. So any questions on this? Because we need to understand what is health. Now, health doesn't mean that having an illness, I am not unhealthy. I can have illness. Plus, if I have all this, I can consider myself a social, psychological, spiritual, healthy person. Any doubts on this? These concepts you need to understand.
Yes, sir.
No doubts? So I can proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Please proceed.
Now, let us look at in terms of some basic statistics about what is this mental health problem and why it is important for all of us to understand mental health problems. Because day in and out, we are going to see young people in our work space. So we need to know what is this problem, what resources are available. so that we can pay attention towards preventing such mental health problems and also supporting our young people to come out of these mental health problems. Research studies have said youth in the age of 15 to 24 constitute 20% of India's population. Again, researchers have proved that mental health issues often begin more than half during the adolescent period. So a lot of research studies says, particularly the schizophrenia and affective disorders, which are considered as severe mental illness, it affects during the late adolescent phase. That is the phase when they are in PUC, that is PUC or 12th standard, when they are getting into professional courses, either in the first year, second year, or in the second year 12th standard grade or PUC grade. So chances of getting severe mental illness is also more. So most of the time, there will be some precipitating factors, some factors which would have led for this illness. So it is important for us to know you are going to interact with young people. So those young people having mental illness is more. So we need to be a little more sensitive enough, understanding, identifying, so that we can refer them for appropriate services. And research again have proved that early intervention is critical, and it will prevent chronic mental disorders. If we get a person who has 3 or 4 episodes, then the treatment also would take longer period of time. If we identify early, the duration of treatment can be less, and we can look at better prognosis. And WHO talks in terms of mental health as a state of well-being to cope, learn, and work productively is something WHO talks about. Again, National Mental Health Survey in our country, we conducted in 2015 and 16, and again, this survey has been continued. Still, the report is not come. So, which says that 7.3% prevalence in the age of 13 to 17 years old. 7.3% means it's a huge number. I'll come back in those number. What is that number means to us? Again, 10 to 20% of Indian youth experience mental health issues is something National Mental Health Survey is talking about it. What we see commonly is depression, anxiety, substance use, and self-harm are the commonly seen problems. And suicide is one of the leading causes for death according to NCRB 2023 data, which again in the age group of 15 to 29. Now let me put one. Okay, can you draw one triangle in your books? One triangle, and divide the triangle into 3 parts. Make one triangle in your books. Okay, tip of the triangle, you make one division, that 3 parts you have divided. The tip is called OMD, write as OMD. The second part is SMD. The third part is CMD. And then write one more line so that it will have 4 parts now. The last line you write and then strike it. Then the end part would be normal. So now the triangle is 4 parts. The third part we have written and then strike it off. So any idea what is OMD means? So OMD means organic mental disorder. Organic mental disorder. SMD means severe mental disorder. CMD means common mental disorder. The last part is normal population. We all are normal population. We all have chances to get CMD, and we can come back as normal. That's the reason I have asked you to write a line and then strike it. So we all can get CMD and we'll come back and become normal again. But from CMD to SMD, we will not move. Again, from SMD to OMD will not move. Normal to common mental disorder is something we can move and come back. Now, organic mental disorder. So we see mainly two conditions in organic mental disorder. One is dementia, other one is delirium. Any idea what is dementia?
Forgetting the things.
Forgetting, okay. Memory problem. It's a memory problem. This illness people get after 60. So in this condition, what happens is brain would get shrink. When we buy a cotton cloth, put it in the water, the cloth will get shrink. Similarly, brain is going shrinking there. When brain is shrinking, the cognitive functions would get affected. So the main cognitive function is memory. So they will forget what they have eaten food. Just 1 hour back, they would have had their lunch. When a relative or a son or a daughter, whoever visits home, when they ask them, did you have food? They say, no, they have not given me food. Because they have forgotten the food what they ate one hour back. Sometimes they go to the toilet, lock the toilet from inside, and then they'll forget how to remove the lock. The latch, what they would have done, they will forget to remove the latch. They will forget even to wear the clothes. So this is memory related problem because brain is shrinking. When brain gets shrink, the cognitive functions would get affected. And there is no treatment for this. To cure dementia, there is no treatment. Slowing down the process, it is there. This is something day by day, the memory problems are going to increase. Slowing down the process, there is some treatment, but curing the illness, it is not. And it is very difficult for a caregivers to take care. So you do see some of your students who are caregivers at home, who have to care their either grandparents or their parents having such conditions. Caring is a difficult task because every time they doesn't remember anything, whatever they have done. Sometimes they even forget their children's name. They'll forget their home address. So you need to be sensitive enough when you find such children, how you need to play a supportive role for these children rather than penalizing them or rather than trying to make them follow the institutional rules. In the process, they would get lost and they would drop from the education. So we need to be a little more accommodative because the legal frame also where UNCRPD talks about reasonable accommodation. So legally, we are bound to give such accommodation for our children or students who have mental illness or some students who also act as a caregiver. The second condition, what we see, severe mental disorder. In this severe mental disorder, you would see people who are roaming in the roads. You would have seen people talking to self, laughing to self, singing sometimes, collecting unwanted things, being suspicious. So all those people would come under schizophrenia. Again, broadly divided into two conditions. One is schizophrenia, another is affective disorder. So people whom you see in the road roaming, collecting unwanted things, talking to self, laughing to self, singing to self, all would fall under schizophrenia category. Under affective disorder, again, there are two conditions where they will be extremely happy without reason and extremely sad without reason. It's the two conditions. That's why we call it as bipolar. So one is extreme happiness, another one is extreme sadness. Same person, 1 week he'll be extremely happy. When he's happy, he'll not sleep. He will be eating more. He'll be talking to people. And he'll say, like, I have a lot of energy. I know this politician. I know Modi. I can call him and ask him to give you help. All those boasting things he'll talk. The same person, after 1 week, he'll be extremely sad. He'll talk about death wishes, worthlessness, helplessness, hopelessness, suicidal ideas, he talks. The same person will see two extreme conditions that we call it as bipolar affective disorder. which is the second division in the triangle. The third division, we call it a common mental disorder because we see mainly depression and anxiety. Again, we all would have experienced sadness and also anxious. Those experiences would be part of our life. When do we call it as mental illness? I'll come back on that part. What may be the prevalence of organic mental disorder? What may be the prevalence? Any rough figure you can tell?
3 to 4%, sir.
3 to 4% is too big number. It is 0.5%. Now, if I have to project this number to Indian population, what will be the number? For 1 crore, 140 crores, no? Yeah. What will be the number?
70 lakh.
70 lakhs will be the persons with organic mental disorders we have in our country. Now, for severe mental illness, what may be the percentage?
So lesser than organic mental disorder, I am unable to.
No, it's more than organic mental disorder.
More than, okay.
More than. It is 1%.
1%.
1%. Now, how much it will be now, number-wise in the population?
1 crore 40 lakh.
40 lakh. 1 crore 40 lakhs plus 70 lakhs. So how much it will be? 2 crore 10 lakhs. Okay. Now, we have third part of the triangle, common mental disorder. Usually a lot of studies been conducted which talks about prevalence somewhere between 5 to 15%. So I would leave 15% now. I would take only 5%, lower side. Now 5% if I have to project it to Indian population, what would be the number? Now 1% is 1 crore 40 lakhs. Now 5%, what will be the number?
7 lakh.
7 lakhs is going to be. Now total how much it became? 7 plus 2.1. So 9 crore 10 lakhs it is. So 9 crore 10 lakhs in our country are having mental health problems. Now, in our country now. We have excluded mental retardation. Again, we are not using the word mental retardation now. Now we are using intellectual disability. It's replaced. Mental retardation word has been replaced into intellectual disability. We have not included that. We have not included epilepsy. That is fits. Again, it's a very common problem. We have not included that. So, without including those two conditions, we have 9 crore 10 lakh population having mental health problems. Now, to treat them, how many doctors we might have? Any idea how many doctors we'll have? Doctors in the sense mental health specialist.
Maybe very less, sir.
Very less means how many? Whether it will be
below 2% or 1%.
Lakhs, huh?
Proportionately, in the proportion of the patients, it must be below 1 or 2%.
1 or 2%, or not 1% also means something like it will be 1 crore. Huh?
There are no 1 crore doctors. I mean, in the proportion of the patients, I am saying.
Okay. What may be the number? Whether it's in hundreds, thousands, 10,000s or lakhs, what will be the number?
In thousands, sir, in thousands.
In thousands, okay.
Not even 10,000, sir.
Not even 10,000. It's less than 10,000. Okay. Okay, how many mental hospitals are there in the country? Rough figure. Think about it, like roughly.
Sir, the renowned ones I know.
Ah.
I mean, many of us know. One is in
Ah.
Ranchi and another one in Agra.
Okay.
And
Ranchi too you have.
Niman's Bangalore is also one of the prominent.
Yeah. No, Ranchi you have two.
Acha. Okay.
CIP and Rinpass.
Yeah, Rinpass. Yeah, Rinpass. Yes, right.
So
I have visited
totally,
Rinpass though.
yeah.
I had visited Rinpass once.
Okay.
So when I visited
Opposite.
there, I felt very, upset when I saw them. So
Opposite to that is CIP. The
Yes,
road divides between these two institutes.
right. Yes. Central Institute of Psychiatry.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, now there are 42 mental hospitals in the country. So in these, 36 mental hospitals were built by British. So why did they build? That is pre-independence, 36 hospitals were built by them. Any idea why they built?
Maybe at that time mental disorder, mental health was too much because of the conditions.
No, mainly it was built to take care of their soldiers.
Oh.
The soldiers were away from their families, working for the government of British that time. So when they were away, they did have mental health problems and they were not able to take them back to England. So instead of that, they built mental hospitals to provide care in the country. So when they left, they also left these mental hospitals to us. So the point here is, after independence, we have not contributed as a country for number of mental hospitals. Maybe another 6 or 8 mental hospitals we would have built after independence. Otherwise, we are still maintaining or doing some renovations into these mental hospitals to provide services for all this 9 crore 10 lakh population, what I'm talking about. And in these mental hospitals, how many beds may be there totally? Rough figure. 42 mental hospitals are there now in the country. How many beds may be there?
Each hospital approximately 150.
150, that means 42 into 150, it's something like 6,300 beds.
Yes. Approximately I'm counting.
Yeah, 6,300 beds. Okay. Little more than that we have. So we have around 20,000 beds.
Okay.
20,000 beds in mental hospitals we have. In these 42 mental hospitals, if I have put together total. Now in these 20,000 beds, the reality what we have is, we have around nearly 10,000 beds being occupied by chronic mentally ill persons, where families have come and admitted them, gone. Now we don't have their addresses to discharge them. And some are not also fit to be discharged. So 50% of the beds being occupied now by chronically mentally ill people who cannot be discharged. Now, what is the bed available now?
Another 10,000.
Yeah, we have 10,000 beds more available for us to provide care for 7 crore. No, 9 crore 10 lakhs, no?
9 crore.
9 crore 10 lakhs.
9 lakhs, yes.
So we have 10,000 beds to provide care for 9 crore 10 lakh. Is it possible?
Not at all. Not at all, sir.
Practically, it's not at all possible to think like how do we now. So Government of India, what they have done, They have in every district hospital, there is a district hospital, they have allocated 10 beds for psychiatric ill patients. So we have around 550 or 650 districts now. I think 600 districts now. Yeah, 600 districts with all newly created districts we have. So now 600 district hospitals are there in the country. So each district has allocated 10 beds for psychiatric ill patients. So that would be another 600 into 10, no? 6,000. And we have some general hospitals, medical colleges. Again, they have beds in their hospitals. All put together, we have another 10,000 beds. So district hospital, medical colleges, some general hospitals, they have kept some beds for psychiatric ill patients. So all put together another 10,000. So we have 20,000 beds to take care of 9 crore 10 lakh population. Now coming in terms of human resources. So we have around 3,600 to, it was a decade ago, the trained psychiatrists in the country. Now it would have gone up to 5,000. So there are around 5,000 psychiatrists who are specially trained to treat mentally ill persons in the country. You may ask, there are many training institutes which are offering postgraduate, what is happening to them? Most of them are flying to other countries because they are not getting good opportunities, good pay in the country. So we are exporting our trained people to other countries. So we have around 5,000 people to treat again this large number of people with mental illness. The second category of people who again treat mental illness is psychiatric social worker and clinical psychologist. Now, as per the definition of Mental Health Care Act, which has come in 2016, the psychiatric social worker has been defined as a person who, after the post-graduation, done his MPhil in psychiatric social work. And similarly, for a clinical psychologist, after their post-graduation, they should have done MPhil in clinical psychology, which again is offered by central institute, like NIMANS is offering, CIP is offering, NINPAS is offering. So there are 22 institutes which offer MPhil in psychiatric social work, which got changed now. This year onwards, it got changed into master's program. Those who do these courses only are considered as clinical psychologists or psychiatric social workers as per the legal framework of the country. Now, keeping this definition, we have another 1,000 clinical psychologists and another 1,000 psychiatric social workers working in the country. And we have psychiatric nurses, again another 1,000. So all put together, it's less than 10,000 people, trained people to provide care for 9 crore 10 lakh population. This is the problem in front of us. And same situation arises in all, almost all underdeveloped and developing countries. All are in the same boat in terms of resources and the number. So we all are in the same. Now we need to find a solution for this. So what the WHO had done was, so WHO did an experiment in 1985. It is called as District Mental Health Program. So under District Mental Health Program, what they did was, they trained the primary healthcare doctors, healthcare workers, and asked them to identify mentally ill people in their practice or in their areas so that they can start treating them by themselves rather than referring to a specialist. Because most of these mental health problems can be treated by a general practitioner. If given little training, so they can treat. So they found this experiment has been useful experiment. And this experiment was not just conducted in India, it was conducted in 27 centers throughout the world. And then they have analyzed and they said, this is a model we all need to follow because we don't have adequate human resource to provide care for mentally ill people. So these 27 centers results came and WHO accepted the recommendation, and that has been the they have been propagating for implementing district mental health program. So 1985 to 1990 we implemented in Ballari, so it's also called as Ballari model. Ballari was in the state of Karnataka. So we implemented here, and it's called Ballari model. In 1995 onwards, Government of India started implementing this program. They started with 10 districts, then to 27 districts, then to 100 districts. Now the Government of India has made a commitment that in all 650 districts, they wanted to implement this district mental health program. Southern part is always better in terms of implementation of programs. So in Karnataka, now we are implementing in all 30 districts this DMHP program. Similarly, in Orissa also it's been implemented, and then in state of Tamil Nadu, then Andhra, then Kerala, it's getting implemented. So I don't know much about other states, but Government of India has made a commitment that district mental health program need to be implemented in all 600 districts in the country. Government of India would give funding for this program. So they would give funding, and they would say that the state government should be taking over this program after 5 years. But still now government itself is like Government of India itself is supporting for this DMHP program. Now under DMHP program, what happens is we have a full team, that means psychiatrist, psychiatric social worker, clinical psychologist, placed in the district hospital, which has 10 beds. So there are human resources to admit people there and also to provide treatment for these clients whoever goes there. And medicines also been distributed, so that they need not have to come to either CIP, RINPAS, or NIMHANS, or Dharwad Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience. They need not have to come to a tertiary care center, which is also called as a mental hospitals. They can go to a district hospital, get treatment there, and medicines also are freely available. And this team also has a responsibility to go and conduct camps, weekly camps in taluk hospitals. That means there will be monthly camp in 5 blocks, 10 blocks, whatever comes under their jurisdiction. They have to go and conduct camps. In state of Karnataka, we have camps on every Tuesday in a taluk hospital. So every taluk on Tuesday, there will be a mental health camp where a psychiatric team would visit the taluk hospital, and medicines also would be given. So as teachers, you may all need to know that there is a DMHP program in your own district. There is a facility. They do not have to go to a mental hospital. Another reason why people hesitate to come to mental hospital is because of stigma. People don't feel comfortable to come to a mental hospital, but they may feel comfortable to go to a district hospital which do not have that stigma. So you can utilize the services of a district hospital, camps at taluk hospital, so that some of your students, in case if you find there is some issue with the student, so you can refer the student to go and take treatment rather than just coming to a tertiary care center, because stigma is also attached to reaching out to a tertiary care centers. So this information, as educationists, we need to know that there are facilities. Government of India is answering in terms of the problems what we have, and the resources what we have in terms of specialists. It's not enough in terms of providing care for 9 crore 10 lakh population. So we are evolving at models where we can train people to provide care at the district hospital and taluk hospital. Now a question may come, why is the teachers being concentrated? Again, we are looking at a model where we wanted to sensitize teachers in terms of these mental health problems, so that they will be able to identify among the students whom they are teaching and play a supportive role. At the same time, play a role in terms of referring them to a nearest district hospital or at the taluk hospital during the camp day, so that this person can go for assessment and get treatment. So in that way, we are contributing towards the country's goal of providing mental health care to the last person. So you are the people who are in touch with students almost day in and day out until they complete their course. So you would know your students better. So it's possible for you to identify that there is some issue with this boy or this girl, and this boy or girl can be helped. And we also have a legal responsibility in terms of providing a reasonable accommodation for these children. When I said schizophrenia, which affects him during the young age, that is late adolescent between 19 and 25. And this is a period where we complete our education. because of this illness, their education would get affected. So they may drop out for 2 years, 3 years, and this child, when the student, when he comes back, we need to accommodate this person. This person need to be put back to the year wherever he has dropped out. If he has dropped out in the second year, he can always go back to second year and complete his education, even after a gap of 2 years or 3 years, where he would have lost because of illness. So that is there in the legal framework. So we need to be sensitive enough with these children, accommodate them, allow them to come and complete, because this illness affects during the prime period, which is meant for completing our education. So I'm going to show some pictures here. Can you just tell me what's your observation of this picture? Are you seeing this picture?
Is it a man suffering with a severe mental disorder?
Okay, this man is suffering from severe mental disorder. Okay, now any other observations you have?
The man with the disorder is not aware about his environment and what he is doing.
Okay, he is not aware about environment, so he is behaving a little abnormally.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
ಸರ್ ಅವನು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಆರ್ಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆನ ಬಿಚ್ಚು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಆರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಆರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. So one madam is telling that he is removing clothes to set off the fire.
Yeah.
In his face, what we can see?
He is also he seems to be malnourished.
Malnourished, okay. In his face,
ಏನೋ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ತರ ಇದೆ ಫುಲ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್
ದಾಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಕೂದಲದು
ಅನ್ಹೈಜೀನ್.
ಭಯ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಜಗ್ಗೇಶ್ ಒಂದು ಕಾಮಿಡಿ ನೆನಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೆ ಹೇಗಾದೆ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ.
Other
ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ
onlookers
ಭಯ
are in
ಇದೆ.
shock. They have put
Maybe
their
he
hand
is
on
trying
them.
to protect some unwanted things from this, some unwanted things.
Face indicates that he is fearful.
Sorry?
His face indicates that he is fearful.
Yes, sir. He wants to see, he is seeing some unwanted things, so he wants to protect the society.
Okay. Now, what is the behaviors of others?
They are in shock.
Around them are shocked.
ಶಾಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ತರ ಇದೆ, ಬಾಯಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Most of them are shocked and talking among themselves about this person. That's what it indicates.
Yes.
When we all in one room, if some fire is set, what we'll do? All in a training hall.
No, he's see that right hand side, he's throwing something.
Something, yeah.
Right hand side, you can see.
I'm just shifting that scenario now. When we all are in a training space, like one hall, one corner of the hall, the screen gets fire. What we will do?
We all shout and run.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಅದರಿಂದ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆರ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದು.
So first we will try to set it off. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಆರ್ಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ.
So ಅದು ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಓಡೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್? Is it normal behavior, running away to protect ourselves and setting off? Is it normal behavior or abnormal behavior?
Normal behavior.
Normal, sir. Normal behavior.
But ಈಗಿನವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್.
Any individual will do that. That's a normal behavior. We'll try to set it off first. If not possible, we'll protect ourselves. This is a normal. If you look at this person is seeing something. This corner is seeing something. Most likely it may be fire. So when he is seeing a fire, he is either protecting himself or removing his dhoti to set it off. We don't know what exactly it is, but something like that we can understand. Either he is removing his dhoti to set it off, or thinking that his dhoti would get fire now, So let me remove and run myself. Is this normal behavior or abnormal behavior?
Abnormal behavior.
Setting
ಜೀವ
off
ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ
Normal behavior, sir.
normal behavior. Now, why is that they feel it's not normal?
They're scared of it.
Scared of this person, huh?
Scared of fire.
ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಫೈರ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಆತರ ಅವನು
ಫೈರ್
ಆತರ
ನೋಡಿ ಭಯ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಫೈರ್ ನೋಡಿ ಭಯ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
But they are all looking at him.
Looking
the
at him.
onlookers.
ಅದೇ ಪಂಚೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿದಕ್ಕೆ
They are
ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ
not
ಅವನ
able to see the fire. This fire is visible only to this person. So
Okay.
mentally ill people do have.
That means, sir, he is hallucinating.
He is hallucinating.
That means, is he hallucinating and?
Yeah, he is hallucinating. So mentally ill people see things which others cannot see. Mentally ill people hear voices which others cannot hear. Mentally ill person taste food differently which others cannot feel. Mentally ill person smell things which others cannot smell. He is not acting here. He is not acting. This is his behavior because he is experiencing that. So this we call it as hallucination. So we have 5 sense organs now. Sense organs are how many? 6, sir.
5, sir.
5 sense organs are there. Now, in this, all these 5 sense organs also, this person can feel differently. Like he can see things in their absence. He can hear voices in their absence. He can smell things in their absence. He can taste things in their absence. And he can also feel touch in their absence. So this is the experience person with mental illness will have. According to this person, this is normal behavior. According to others, this is not normal. He is responding to fire. According to him, it's normal. So that's why we see people in the bus stop, in public places. You'll be seeing people singing, talking, scolding. They're actually responding to the voices what they are hearing. It is not talking to self. So they are responding to the voices what they hear. So mentally ill person do have certain experiences which others are not having. So we consider themselves as abnormal behavior. According to them, that is a normal behavior, but according to us, it's an abnormal behavior. So we need to understand their behaviors so that we can be more supportive towards them. This also, I'm like, why do mentally ill become aggressive? I have given some reasons. You can just read yourself. So what time I should stop?
At 1, sir.
At
1 p.m.
I'll take another 2 minutes only. I'll stop and then come back at 2 o'clock. I'll show some more pictures. Easy for you to relate in terms of person. So what is happening here?
He's mourning. The man is mourning.
Yeah, he is feeling sad, not having any interest what is happening in surrounding.
No, he may lost something. He may lost something.
He is depressed.
Highly disappointed.
He is depressed.
He is
So
worried.
he is not showing interest what is happening around. Like some people, 2 people are talking there, 2 ladies are talking there. It is not of his interest. So he is isolating himself and feeling sad. What is this?
She is hearing something, sir.
Does not want to hear to the loud sound.
She is hearing something.
She
And
is
also
hearing
seeing
the
that someone
drum
is.
sound. She is hearing
Yes.
the drum sound, then relating drum sound that someone is coming and beating her.
Beat her. Yes, sir.
So one sound she hears and relate it to someone is going to come and beat me. That is perception related issues. What is this?
Backstabbing punishment.
He's
So he's
hearing
hearing
someone
people
that
he's seeing people talking there and also hearing them.
about himself.
He thinks that they are making plan to kill me.
Yes.
So some two people are
Thanatos.
talking, but he thinks that they are planning to kill me.
Yeah.
See here, this person, if you look at the environment where he is, it's like a village life.
He's dreaming of the rich life,
Dreaming,
maybe.
talking big things.
Bungalow, car.
Yeah. So which is
Money.
the part of mania. In many conditions, they think very big things, which is not in part of reality. According to his background, that is not reality, but he says, I know this person, I do that, I have bungalow, I have a car, like that he'll be talking.
She's very sad and lost
This lady, middle-aged lady, feeling sad and having crying spells.
Suicidal thoughts are
Suicidal.
coming to her.
Suicidal thoughts.
feeling suicidal. Thinking like suicide.
If you look at it, same lady has been taken to a black magician for treatment. Again, this is quite prevalent in our cultural condition.
Yes,
The
sir.
first mode of contact would be black magicians, temples, dargahs, where we will go for treatment. Mainly because we are worried about the stigma attached to mental hospital. Once they go to a mental hospital, it's not just that person, the entire family has to face the brunt of stigma. The siblings will get affected, their marriages would get affected, the family would be isolated from the community. For that reason, they prefer to go to a temple, black magician, dargah, any other place apart from mental hospital for treatment. So now, as the treatment is available in the district hospital and taluk hospital, instead of going to a mental hospital, they can go there and get treated. So this is the message you may have to give as teachers to your students. So I'll stop here now. I'll come back at 2 o'clock and we'll continue some of this and learn about learning problems, which will be something you will be directly handling with your students. So thank you all for your patient listening. If you have any questions, I'm open to it. So if there are no questions, then we'll stop here. I'll come back at 2 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, 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 sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.